right. Hello again, everyone. Welcome into Heart of America Athletic Conference Women's Soccer regular season action. This is Rachel Moore, Assistant AD, Director of Athletic Communications here at Central, bringing you today's action as the number 8 nationally ranked Central Methodist Eagles are going to square off against the Statesmen of William Penn University. Sorry, I'm reaching over here for my lineup sheet to make sure I can get it to you guys. All right, apologies for that, guys. Had to go a little radio silent so I can get our lineups. A little bit of a scramble, but we're all good. Just under 43 minutes remaining here. Just a couple minutes in as Central takes on the Statesmen out of William Penn in Oskaloosa, Iowa, for the second of today's soccer doubleheader. And I know I said we had a surprise guest earlier, and I think she's going to come up a little later, but Lucy Brazil has made her trip from New Orleans to come up and say hi. She was a graduate assistant in the athletic department for a couple years. She was a 4-year varsity starter for the CMU women as Jakobsen dribbles down the inline. She sends one into Pollicini. Pollicini slips one past, and that's going to be a goal. Manuela Pollicini off the assist from Sandra Jakobsen. Central takes a 1-0 lead here just 4 minutes into this game. Very similar to what happened with the men's side. So that didn't take too long at all. Central with a 1-0 lead here, just 4 minutes into this match. So, I can't even get starting lineups to you guys, and Central's already off and rolling. But we will shortly. Again, it's kind of a little bit of a mad scramble here, but we'll get you all settled in. Once again, this is Rachel Moore, Assistant AD and Director of Athletic Communications here at Central, bringing you today's action. We'll start with the Statesman out of William Penn. In goal, 00, Megan Cox. Number 2, Zalique Samuel. 5, Avery Garza. 6, Heidi Medina. 7, Olivia Walker. 10, Taylor Whithour, as Ronisha Frank is going to send one in, and they're already looking for another one. Good job by Cox, though, to scoop that one up. Number 12, Piper Ray Davis. Number 19, Lily Coate. 22, Gracie Greener. 25, Brianna Lehman. And number 27, India Foger. So those are your starters for the Statesman of William Penn. And now we'll look at the starters for the number 8 Eagles. Number 2, Manuela Pollicini. She's a freshman midfielder out of Brazil. Number 3, Kitty Torque. 4, Laura Heisenbeck. 7, Alicia Zamora. Number 8, Marcela Helena. Number 10, Maria Cerveo. Number 11, Sandra Jakobsen. Number 15, Karis Pinchard. Number 17, Alexis Ashmore. Number 18, Ronisha Frank. And in goal is going to be sophomore goalkeeper number 00, Max de Armas Colombo. She is getting the start over Judith Gonzalez Oliveros, who had a season-ending injury. So we're bummed for Judith, but we hope she makes a quick recovery and we can see her back on the pitch soon. So there's your starters. Central comes into this match with a 13-2-1 overall record, 9-0-1 in conference play. Penn 3-11-1, 3-7-1 in hard action. And Frank right there is giving chase, and that ball's still loose, but she scoops it up, and there's a fight for it, but Cox able to hang on to it, and Frank's right there. She wants to add some more goals to her resume this year. She's going to play her last regular season game here at Davis Field. And Jakobsen giving chase. So just under 37 minutes remaining here in half number one. Central with an early goal by Manuela Pollicini in just the 4th minute of action as they lead the the Statesmen, 1-0 here at Davis Field. Central looking to clinch another Hart regular season championship. And Central football goes into Marshall and knocks off Missouri Valley College 14-9 for their first win of 2022. So congratulations to those guys. They're going to come home happy campers. So we'll see if the CMU women here can make it a winning Saturday here. So Renisha Frank on the throw-in. Looks like Zamora headed that out. Or it was going to be off of a Statesman player, and so we'll get another crack at it. So looking at Central's schedule, as I think this is going to be Kitty Torrey. Kitty, one of the seniors that we honored at the pregame section of our Senior Day ceremony. Alicia Zamora heads one in, had a couple shots, but it's blocked. And Penn's going to run the other way with it. And they've got a little bit of a breakaway. We'll see what they can do. And it looks like number 5, Avery Garza, trying to give chase, but Laura Heisenbeck, All-American, Defensive Player of the Year in the conference on numerous occasions, shuts that down, and Cerveo with it now. She's going to send that up to Marcella Helena. Jakobsen at 2021 first team All-American. Over to Pollicini. Cerveo. Torek. Alicia up to Torek again. Sorry, I'm using first names. I should probably use last names for you guys on the broadcast, so I'll be better at that going forward. Under 33 minutes remaining here, Central with an early goal by Pollicini in just the 4th minute of play. Jakobsen. Cerveo. Over to Zamora. Heisenbeck. Frank. And it would have counted even if it had gone in because they were going to call her offsides. Renisha does not agree with that and not too happy with that, but Torek to Cerveo. Cerveo sends a screamer. Good job by Megan Cox to deflect that. Still dangerous, though. Ashmore dribbles it in, and she's going to get the goal for Central. Senior Alexis Ashmore off the deflection. And Central's going to take a 2-0 lead here. So goals from Policini in the 4th minute, and then not too long after, Alexis Ashmore is going to get her senior day goal. And you got to imagine that feels pretty good, playing your final regular season home game here at Davis Field. And looks like we'll have a pause in the action. Karis Pinchard getting some adjustments over here on the side. She's back out. Something with her brace. And we'll get a stoppage play. We've got a player down. I'm not sure who that is. That might be Marcella Helena, so she doesn't feel too good. We'll take a quick pause, and we'll be right back. Maria Cerveo gets in on the scoring action, and she sends a beautiful ball in, and that graces the top right corner of the net from about, I'd say 15, 16 yards out. And 15 minutes, 3 goals for Central. They are well in control of this match as they lead Penn 3-0 here on Senior Day. Pinchard up to Ashmore. Ashmore back to Policini. Cerveo. Heisenbeck Looking for Jakobsen. Megan Cox right there to scoop that one up, though. So let's see if I can look at our schedule for you. So Central winners of 7 straight. Their last tie was a 1-1 tie against Missouri Valley College back on September 21st in Marshall. Since that, they have been rolling. In that winning streak, they've had 4 shutouts, and 4 of those games had 4 or more goals. So the offense has been cruising. The defense has been on lockdown, so they've played well. Frank. So we'll see if I can pull up the Hart Conference standings for you folks in just a couple seconds here as I get it pulled up on the iPad. Renisha Frank with the flick, and that's going to be goal number 4. The senior out of St. George's Grenada with the little flick over the defense. Nothing they could do about that or the goalkeeper, and Central's going to push their lead to 4-0 here in half number 1. Sorry, guys, I'd totally forgotten all of my searching of the standings. So let me pull them up for you. So, the way it currently sits, at this exact moment in time, Central's atop the Hart standings with a 9-1 conference record, 13-2-1 overall. Missouri Valley not too far behind, but they have a loss on their resume, so they're 9-1-1, 12-2-2. MNU 10-2, 13-3 overall, and then Benedictine, who Central knocked off in Atchison for the first time in program history last week. They are 8-3 and 11-6 in conference play. So those are your top 4. Obviously, the top 8 make the tourney. Clark in 5th, followed by Grandview, Baker, and Park. So Central obviously has one more match on Monday. They were scheduled to play Mount Mercy back on October 15th, but due to some roster issues, they ended up having to reschedule that date, so they're actually going to play on Halloween, so it's going to be a 1 o'clock kickoff, so if you're around town, come on out for some women's soccer. That'll actually be the final regular season home game for CMU. Jakobsen flicks it on to Frank. And just kind of looking at the setup, Penn is just sitting, trying to prevent any more goals from getting into the back of the net. Zamora over to Torek. Policini up to Pinchard. Heisenbeck to Cerveo. Jakobsen. Over to Pinchard. Pinchard back to Jakobsen. A little too far. We'll see if she can beat it. She can. Cerveo. Cerveo had the latest goal. Well, excuse me, the third goal. Heisenbeck, she's going to take a shot. That's deflected, though, and Alexis Ashmore trying to give chase. Megan Cox right there to scoop it up, though. And we're going to have a host of substitutions for Central, as would be expected when you're up 4-0. Frank on the throw-in. Looks like we're going to have 4 of them. So we'll get this throw-in and then we'll announce it to you guys here in just a second. Frank up to Heisenbeck. Back to Frank. Frank with a little nutmeg. Over to Heisenbeck. Trying to find Jakobsen, but a little bit of a miscommunication, so... So I see over here, well, I'll wait till they actually get up to the line to announce them to you guys, but Coach Schmidlin providing some instructions to those 4, and we'll have a mass substitution here in just a hot minute. Mia Ammons, excuse me. So number 12, Kale Fajeda. Number 6, Julio Rodriguez. Number 9, Kaya Randcliffe. And number 13, Jade Perron are all going to make their debuts in this match. Pinchard to Ashmore. And I think the official's going to sub all these ladies in, and he is. So we'll get those replacements here just as soon as they come off. So Policini's going to come off, as is Alicia Zamora. Marcella Helena, and Karis Pinchard. So those 4 will be coming off. You have to imagine we'll see them in the second half, though, so don't go away. Perron. Torek. Over to Fajeda. Heisenbeck. Say Piper, Ray Davison, Perron battling for it. Ammon's with it now. And they're going to call a foul on Jade Perron. The official says you can't do that, so we won't. We'll go the other way for Penn on a free kick. Jakobsen got a little bit of space. She gives it up to Perron. Perron, Jakobsen. Must have called some sort of foul because Penn's going to end up with that one. So Central in pursuit of their 4th consecutive Hart regular season title. They've got one more match after this, but you have to think that it's all but sealed up. They've only tie they've had is against Missouri Valley College. So if all holds up as it should, Central's going to be the #1 seed in the conference tournament. And that's going to start, I believe that's next Friday, November 4th. Central's going to host the 8th seed. Torek on the corner. Frank and Fajeda are both there. And Rancliffe and Megan Cox collide, and the goalkeeper's usually going to win that battle. And they call a foul on Rancliffe, and Cox will get a goal kick. Perron to Rancliffe, Jakobsen. Pinball around, Cerveo, Perron, Jakobsen. Cerveo. Almost a handball there by Perron, but got her arm down just in time. Fajeda. Heisenbeck. Fajeda. Perron. And Ranclev had some space there. And we'll get a host of substitutions for Penn. Brianna Lyman, Lacey Kirkle, and then we had one more that snuck out on the field. I think it's going to be number 13, Abby Moores. So quite a few substitutions here in this first 30 minutes of action. Perron. And that ball just slips past, and man, that went off of the post here on the near side and looked like it was going to deflect in, but it deflects out. And Central ought to be up 5-0. I think that was Ranclev over there on the near side with that shot attempt. Jakobsen to Surveil. Fajeda. Perron. Ranclev's got us. Had an opening. Good job by Piper Ray Davis to clear that one out. But it's going to be a corner for Central, which means a set piece. So a chance just to send a free ball into the net or into the box and hoping that someone that could put it in the back of the net. We'll see. Short corner to Jakobsen. Jakobsen over to Surveil. And we'll have a stoppage in play. I think that's going to be on number 13, Abby Morris. Nope, they're going to call it on Surveil. Those two were the ones into the trenches trying to fight for that ball. Central back with it, though, rather quickly. Cerveo up to Rancleve. Jakobsen was looking for Frank. Frank, a senior forward out of St. George's Grenada, has made a couple of appearances with her national team, as has Marcela Helena with the U20 national team in Brazil. So a lot of star power on CMU side. Perron. Heisenbeck. Oder Fajeda. Frank. Fajeda to Perron. Perron, Torek. A little give and go. Perron back with it now. Now Torek. A little bit of a disorganization there by Central's back line. Just under 7 minutes remaining here in half number one. Central with 4 goals. Jakobsen with 2 assists already in this game. She's assisted on the first goal from Pollicini and then this last goal, which is Ronisha Frank. Sandra, that's one of the things she's known for. Won't score quite as many goals, but she'll dish out a lot of assists, and that makes her a definite candidate for Offensive Player and Player of the Year in the Heart. We'll see if she gets it. That information is usually announced after the regular season, kind of in conference tournament time. We'll have to see, but I assume there'll be a few Eagles on that, on those all conference teams, and some superlative award winners. Perron. .448. Perone up to Rancliffe. Rancliffe's going to send one into the box. Frank with the header. See if Megan Cox can come out and grab it. It's going to be cleared, though, by one of her defenders. Central back with it quickly, though. Surveyo over to Jakobsen. Jakobsen to Rancliffe again. She's going to send another one into the box. And that goes across the face of goal. Frank giving battle. She gives a little kick. That would have been in, but Cox was right there to scoop that one up as we hit 3 minutes left here in half number one. Looks like we'll have one more sub. We'll see if she gets in before the half ends. That's number 16, Maya Henriksen. And she's going to get in with just a little over a minute remaining. We're at a minute 10 on the clock when she's going to make her debut in this game. And she's going to replace number 13, Jade Perron.
1 minute remaining in the half.
One minute. Darmas Colombo scoops that one up. She's going to send it to Heisenbeck, who in turn gives it to Surveyo. All right, so that's going to do it here for half number one. We've hit zeros on the scoreboard. I'll give you guys some quick stats. Possibly, if my stats will load for me, they will. So Central commanding offensive output for them. 14 shots, 7 shots on goal. Nothing for Penn in shots or shots on goal. Penn with 3 saves. Central 4 corners, 1 offsides, 3 fouls. None yet for Penn. Megan Cox has had a busy day. She's had 3 saves, 4 goals allowed with 7 shots on goal in 45 minutes of action. Of course, we've had shots from Ronisha Frank. She leads everyone with 4. A couple of assists for Jakobsen. And goals from Polacchini, Alexis Ashmore, Maria Surveyo, and Sandra Jakobsen. So it's a 4-0 score here in half number one as we reached halftime. We will be back in about 15 minutes. Central leads Penn 4-0. This is Rachel Moore, Assistant AD and Director of Athletic Communications. Don't go away. We will be back shortly. You're listening to Heart Women's Soccer here on the Heart Conference Network. 36 minutes remaining here in half number 2. Central, they 4-0 lead over the Statesmen. Collision down here near the corner, and I think that's Jakobsen, and it is. So hard to see where I'm at, but Kitty Torque's going to take that corner. It's going to go above the net, though, and nestle up top there. And so Megan Cox is able to get that one out from the top. And they'll reset for a Statesman goal kick. Frank right there to head it, and Central's going to, I think, maintain possession. We'll see. She and Walker are going to battle for it. Olivia Walker, she's a freshman defender out of Cairo, Michigan. And she looks like she's going to give the throw in, and she does. She sends in to Lily Coate. And Greener right there. Coate. Surveyor back to Heisenbeck. Torek. Surveyo. Back to Heisenbeck. So Central adds 2 more goals here in half number 2. And they've got a 6-0 lead, and they've had a couple of balls, and I'm not sure how they ended up not going in, but 6-0 here in half number 2. Central with a host of subs. Carly Edwards, number 20 on for Central. Julio Rodriguez, Celine Witt. Marcella Helena scored in the 58th minute with the assist from Jakobsen, and then less than 3 minutes later, Alexis Ashmore got a header into the backside of the goal and pushed Central's lead to 6-0. So Central is cruising here with just over 22 minutes remaining. 21 minutes remaining here. Ranclev to Doyle. Lee. Grace Faraday with the shot. Megan Cox able to scoop that one up, though. Penn's going to have a host of substitutions as well. And that's going to be another goal. Goal number 7. And Stine Lee makes it 7-0 Central. And she sends a beauty in to the far back corner in the 70th minute of action. And it's just a party here in Fayette. Central's got a 7-0 lead here. Celine Witt with some space. Lee with the corner. Official saw some kind of foul, though, so that's not even going to go off and will remain. It's going to go to William Penn for a goal kick. Henriksen. Back to Fajeda. Over to Edwards. Just over 16 minutes remaining here in half number 2. Central with a 7-0 lead over Penn. It has been a flurry of goals as we have 4 in the first half, 3 in the second. And Rancliffe. And Caitlin Congrata and Samantha Minks look like they're going to sub on. For Penn, that's going to be number 25, Brian Lima, and number 10, Taylor Whithour. Faraday. Over to Edwards. Carly Edwards, a sophomore defender out of Lone Jack, Missouri. Up to Heinrichsen. Edwards over to Faraday. Faraday, sophomore midfielder out of O'Fallon. To Julio Rodriguez, freshman defender out of São Paulo. Back up to Witt. Say Whithour with it. Great save by Colombo and preserving the clean sheet. Whithour had a shot right on goal, but it was right at Max de Armas Colombo. I think that's going to be one of her first saves of the day, if not her first. Number 20, Alicia Cooley, is going to enter the matchup for Penn. She replaces number 12, Piper Ray Davis. Cooley, freshman midfielder out of Galveston, Texas. Penn's going to get a corner with just over 11 minutes here in half number 2. And we're going to have a substitution. It's going to be a change in... should be a change in goalkeeper. I'm not sure what they're doing, but that's going to be number 1, Bailey Grossman. She's going to come in and replace Max de Armas Colombo. And we're going to have a stoppage on the play. Some kind of disagreement between Coach Schmidlin and the official on the subbing there. But they're going to discuss it here with the line judge as well. Penn sends one in. And Bailey Grossman's going to make her debut this season. And Samantha Minks right there giving chase, but good job by Megan Cox to scoop that one up. Minks over to Kandara, up to Henriksen. Nope. Dangerous ball there, but gets by Megan Cox, but fortunate for her, it just slips out of bounds on the back side of the net, and I think Central's going to get a corner kick out of this. And they are. We'll see who takes it. Henriksen's over there, as well as Lee. Lee sends one into the box. I think that was Julia Rodriguez. So with this victory today, Central's going to improve to 14-2-1, 10-0-1 in conference play. So, in addition to this, Central's going to push their home winning streak here at Davis Field to 49 straight. They have an opportunity to win their 50th consecutive home match. That'll come on Monday if they can defeat the Mustangs of Mount Mercy. So, tune into some history making on Monday, but that is quite a feat and it's quite a run. I'll see if I can pull up the last time they even lost a home game. It's been quite a while. Rodriguez. So it looks like Central's last home loss. Let me double check myself before I tell you guys incorrectly. But the last home loss was August 24th, 2018, a 3-1 loss to Jamestown out of North Dakota. So, quite a streak. We'll see if they can push it to 50 on Monday. We'll have to wait. I'll be on the call for that one for some afternoon women's soccer action. Just over 5 minutes remaining. Central well in control of this one. 7-0. 4 first half goals from the Eagles, followed by 3 in the second half. Lee up to Kandara. Lee over to Doyle. Edwards heads it. Gives it off to Witt. And back to Henriksen. KK with the shot. Wasn't too happy with herself. Thought that should have been a goal. Just missed it off a little. Gandar, sophomore midfielder out of Fort Worth, Texas. I think she's the lone representative from the state of Texas on here. Let me double check myself. She is. Of course, last year you had Zoe Jessen. She was also a native of the Lone Star State, but has since graduated. 2 minutes remaining here.
Remaining in the game.
Just under 30 seconds remaining. See if Central can get a corner off before they wrap things up. All right, and that's going to do it here from Davis Field. Central earns a convincing 7-0 win on senior day. They take down the Statesmen 7-0. Eagles improved to 14-2-1 and 10-0-1 in conference play. William Penn falls to 3-12-1, 3-8-1 in conference action. So one more game to play on Monday for Central. It's a makeup game, a rescheduled game against Mount Mercy, but Central in pursuit and in the driver's seat for their fourth consecutive Hart regular season conference title, their fifth in the last 6 years. An incredible run, and they're going to look for home win number 50 on Monday. That's 50 straight home games. Absolutely incredible. Pull up some quick stats for you guys before we call it a day. So, Manuela Pulicini started things off in the first, just opening 3 minutes, followed by goals from Alexis Ashmore, Maria Cerveo, and Renisha Frank. Sandra Jakobsen with the assist from Frank, and Pulicini gave Central a 4-0 lead in that first half, and then Jakobsen just was rolling. She assisted on the goal by Marcela Helena, and then Alexis Ashmore with that assist from Helena, and then Lee wrapped things up with a goal on the assist from Julia Rodriguez in the 70th minute. So great day for Central, tough day at the office for Penn. Central outshoots them 26-2, 15-1 in shots on goal. Just one save for Central, 8 for William Penn. 8 corners compared to none for the Statesmen. 1 offsides. 5 fouls for Central, 4 for the Statesmen. Max Daramus Colombo is going to get the win, getting a clean sheet in 78 minutes of action. And, of course, Bailey Grossman making her debut as well. So that's going to do it here from Davis Field. Central in the driver's seat in pursuit of their 5th straight conference championship, and you have to think this all but locks that up. So that's going to do it here from Davis Field. This is Rachel Moore, Assistant AD, Director of Athletic Communications here at Central. We appreciate you guys sticking around with us. Shout out to my crew, Marina Lazo running the broadcast for me, Grace on the camera, my GA, Caitlin Streeter on the stats, Lydia DeVera on the scoreboard, Natalie Quinteros taking photos up for me, Tim Crowley, my fellow assistant AD. We appreciate you guys and all you do for CME Athletics. You guys are what make this place run, so we can't do it without you. Again, this is Rachel Moore, Assistant AD, Director of Athletic Communications. We've got one more home match for you in the regular season for the women as they take on Mount Mercy this Monday on Halloween on October 31st. All right, that's going to do it here from Fayette. We will see you guys soon. You are listening to Hart Women's Soccer Action on the Hart Conference Network.